Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Watchmen Season 1, Episode 3. I did a little bit of digging before we start talking about what happened last episode, and I watched reactions to the first two episodes because I was just, curious on how other people felt, and so, first of all, I should say, I don't look into the stuff I watch, probably should look a little more, but I want to be surprised. I don't want to be like, oh yes, while I was researching this show, I found out it was about this, this, and that. Like, I went into this not knowing anything, and I felt like that made for a fun reaction, but it also made for me being a little bit more confused than maybe I would have if I had known that there is a comic based on this show that ran, I think there was 12 issues from 1986 to 1987. And then there was a movie about it in 2009. Now, I've heard, and I also looked up, what should I watch first? I was just curious if I messed up in watching this first, but apparently this is, separate from at least the movie. So for visual media, I would have gotten some context by watching the movie, I think. When I watched the reactors, they knew a little bit more than I did, and they were talking about a few things, supposedly, now, this is me spitballing, this is me paraphrasing what I heard someone else say, so it's not me actually knowing, and I don't know if what they said is factual, but they think the old man that's, British or whatever he is, that put on that crazy play, is, some geneticist from the movie, I think it was, or the comic, one of the two, wherever they got their information from. And he's the one that originally did a science project that created Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan is real. I learned that by rewatching. I missed it. I think it was in the first episode. We saw a shot of Mars and a castle crumbling there. And I think that was in it, it had it on the news, it was talking about Dr. Manhattan. So Dr. Manhattan really is on Mars. I was confused last episode about whether he really existed or if he was a TV show or something, but apparently he really is this super powered person just chilling on Mars, I guess. And that old guy might have been the creator of him, so that's just one thing I learned from reactions in what they were talking about. But other than that, they seem to be confused about a lot of what's going on with the main storyline with Will and what was it? Angela Abar? Was that her name? Yeah, Angela Abar. They don't really know about any of that going on. Anything that's going on in Tulsa. Also, I guess Rorschach was a person, so maybe the people with the Rorschach masks are taking some of his influence or something. So that's all really the little bits I got from watching a reaction to the first two episodes. I just wanted to fill you guys in what I've been kind of updated on, and knowing that I've missed the movie and stuff like that and the comic, there is definitely going to be things that I don't understand that are references to those things. Maybe after I finish this, I'll do an interesting watch order. Maybe after this, I'll then go watch the movie, and maybe for some of you guys that have watched the movie and then the show, you will have a different viewpoint on some things than when I watched the show and then the movie, and it could be an interesting dynamic for you guys. So we'll see about that. I possibly may do that. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this. I've kind of rambled on long enough, so let's just get started and we'll talk more in the discussion. So we're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Previously. Yep. I wonder if Glass... I mean, Glass looks like he would be, right? If I'm gonna stereotype. He seems like he'd be into the same kind of thing as Judd, if you will. Yep, we have that reveal. Guess this recap is good considering I didn't talk at all about the previous episode, really. Also, I think that play, this right here actually, I was just talking about it. is a reenactment of maybe how Dr. Manhattan was like created or something. And if what that guy said is right, in this he is like a geneticist or something like that, it makes sense how he has these clones too. He's probably messing with people. Definitely fascinating stuff though. I feel like after learning a few of those things, and then after episode 2, I understand a lot more. Oh, this is interesting. Huh. That was kind of cool. What is this? Orbital array. Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Oh, I should have said it sooner. I was gonna say, is this gonna have something to do with Dr. Manhattan? This like weird pod thing. It reminds me of like some space shit. Okay, we have someone trying to talk to Dr. Manhattan. Whoa. I don't think that's normally there. And that's a Washington Monument or whatever, right? I don't know where. I don't care. I don't care about our landmarks. Hmm. Uh-oh. There's always extra parts. Oh my god. Oh shit! What are you doing? I did not expect a bank robber. Oh, so that person wasn't... Oh. Oh my god! It's Batman! Hmm. Is this a movie? Oh, this is a setup for Vigilante. Damn! Oh my god! Is she just killing him? God, the other people had a similar reaction. We saw someone get lit up in the chest and live, so maybe he'll live too. People seem to be very durable in this world. Or their guns are just shitty. I didn't. Or just don't say shit. So, they have these American hero stories on TV about vigilantes, but the FBI are hunting... She was killed by space junk. Was that the end of the joke? That she messed up? Throwing the brick high up in the air. She was killed by space junk. I don't know. Pet snake? My sister has a pet snake. I take care of it every now and then when they go on vacation. Is it a snake? I wanted to see it! Damn it. It was 667 for a second there, but did she flip it one more time to 666? What kind of person makes their password that? There's a lot happening. Senator. Mr. Shadow. Damn it. I should have wrote that one down first. I wrote down Mr. Shadow first, and I forgot the other one that they literally just said. The Reclaimer? Was it? No. I'm gonna write it down just in case. Right. We can see it. Oh, it's an owl. Oh. That's the same. Who? Oh. She's going down to Tulsa. So wait, where are we right now? I was curious about the other parts of the world. Isn't it hung? Why'd she correct him to hanged? That doesn't sound right. Maybe it is? Hmm. Okay, so it is something only in Tulsa right now, but other cities want to do it too. Masks save lives. Nice. Hmm. Does she want to pardon? Oklahoma. That was the play we had going on earlier. Is Dr. Manhattan, like, exiled to Mars? Is he not allowed to be on Earth? Does she want him back? And the president can do that, maybe? Hmm. Damn. I feel like I've seen that actor somewhere before. It's kind of a fucked up thing to say. Like, it shouldn't be the Rorschach Journal. They talked about that in the video, too. With the Rorschach mask stuff, too. It's the first glimpse we're getting. Okay. Yeah, they were just mentioning this in the reactions I watched, so now I'm getting some context in the show, so that's cool. Hmm. She doesn't like vigilantes, but Angela is like a cop and a vigilante. Or at least she worked with Judd. I don't know if she's an actual cop, so I don't know. Just showing off pictures of that, huh? That's fucked up, man. Jesus. What's up with that guy? You gonna take the one guy that's been looking at her? Hmm. Maybe she knows a little bit more about Rorschach's journal and he tried to talk about it. Is that why she picked him? I want to go back and read that section. I'm actually going to write that down so I remember. Is he a fan of the vigilantes? The Millennium Clock. I don't think that's a thing, is it, in our world? I've never seen it anyway, if it is. Yeah, they mentioned about declaring him dead. So, Vite is the one that... The people I was watching theorize that Vite is the guy that's putting on those plays. Faked his death and is just doing shit. So he's her ex? They dated? Did they date before he became Dr. Manhattan or after? Maybe that's why she's not a fan. I think, anyway, that Dr. Manhattan was created. I could be wrong. Hmm. It was raining squids. Okay. Damn. I can get why that one went to hell. So, it seemed like the first one didn't kill enough to satisfy God, but the second one killed too many? Or maybe because the first one was naive to the fact that the weapons he made killed people, and he didn't take any kind of uh, responsibility for that. But Jesus. Pirate Jenny. Damn. This is where they took everyone that they rounded up. Is there someone in the dog mask? Yep, there is. She is like, shit is going to shit here. Interrogating. Hmm. Does the sweat go through the mask? Oh, he knows her, or I mean, she knows him. Hmm. Hmm. She knows a lot. Damn. Man, she's cold. I kind of like her in some ways. She doesn't. She doesn't suffer these fools. She just like speaks her mind, but she is a bitch, and I'm not exactly sure that she's a very good person. But uh, Doctor Manhattan. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, not her putting her clothes on the Vietnam War. Sorry, in case I was misleading. Hmm. Damn. Sends him back to Earth. Okay, never mind. Thought maybe since he was already Tartarus Acres, what a name for a cemetery. They put some of those locks on him. Is that what that was? Angela's doing the eulogy, huh? I wonder how she's gonna take it after she learned his secret, but she also doubted the secret, right? So I wonder, will she just put on a performance for the sake of this? They know each other? Oh. Very, I don't know, just, Cal, hey! Just very formal, I guess. Or, not formal? Damn. Shit. She does not give a shit. Hmm. What does she say? I feel like it's gonna be something respectful. I'm not gonna make a scene here. Not worth it. Uh-oh. What are they doing? Where are they digging to? Are they in some tunnel? They're not under this, are they? Oh, the clock ticking. Tick-tock. Are they gonna come out of the damn grave? No, he was singing at the table. I just saw a bug fly right by the camera lens. Shit, this looks like a graveyard. Yep. One of, like, the mausoleum things or whatever they're called. Fuck, there's about to be a shooting. They gave up their guns, too. They made a point of that. Oh my god, there's a bomb. Oh, the vest! They're working on, like, a bomb vest. This dude's about to suicide bomb his ass. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, is he right in there? It's so close. Jesus. Oh, shit! She'd not give a shit about the bomb! Holy shit! What are you doing, Angela? She's gonna throw him in the grave. Weaken the explosion by putting him... Oh my god, she's gonna cover it. Oh my god! That should have exploded way sooner. What a poorly designed bomb. Agent Blake does not give a Oh, interesting transition. Was she a vigilante? And there's a reason why she hates him so much now? Interesting choice for a transition. Huh. Or it's just because she's so against them. Maybe it's supposed to be a poetic thing that we see it. Oh, we're back at this guy. Also, there was a tomato tree in a previous episode, and I just wasn't paying attention to what he grabbed off a tree. Like, I don't know why it didn't click in my mind that he pulled a tomato off of a fucking tree. Tomatoes don't grow on trees. I'm an idiot. They pointed it, like, when I was watching one of the reactions, they mentioned it, and I was like, how did I not think of that? I just was thinking about so many things going on in the show, I didn't stop to notice that little detail. Like, I saw him grab it because he took a bite and then squished it, and I'm like, why would he do that? But... what the heck is this? What a convenient trait to put in your clones. What is he about to do? Is he being gassed? Why the rope? Oh, well. Jump cut to deaded. What did it do? What kind of experiment is he working on? Is he like cryo-frozen, sorta? What was the rope for? Yeah, he's like frozen. Is he trying to make like a suit that can withstand space? Is that what he's doing? Because, like, you freeze to death in space, right? So maybe that was... It's the only thing I can think of. But that was, like, super frozen. Pirate Jenny? I wonder if he wants to, like, go to Mars or something. Find Dr. Manhattan or something like that. Only thing I can think of. A thicker skin? Is he going after some buffalo? He had pigs behind. We saw the pigs, right? Damn, hell of a kill. Oh shit! Are you taking someone else's buffalo? Oh, they have a mask on. Oh, shit. Well. So does he just have his clones give him a birthday every day? I guess if I was rich, I would. Why not? Is it from the guy? Oh, yep. So Game Warden, that's probably who. Ah. So he crossed his border? Captivity? Game Warden, okay. Captivity. So maybe if he is Vite, or however you say it, and if he did fake his death, maybe this guy is like helping him. But he has like rules. From the tree. There it is. Confirmation. I'm kind of glad I watched the reactions because I kind of forgot that they talked. I mean, they said it again this episode, so maybe I would have remembered. But talking about Adrian Veidt being dead and possibly faking death, like, I don't know why I just let it slip past my mind. I guess I was like, oh, someone's dead, it doesn't matter. Oh, shit. So he's got his own outfit. Is that one of the Minutemen that we saw? I feel a conspiracy. I feel like he planned all this. Maybe it's because I don't trust politicians, but Like, did he plan to have Blake here because he knew she would shoot first? They put a timer on the explosion to not blow up immediately so that way he'd have time to get away and make him look good on the news. I'm taking both. I like her. I wouldn't want to be her friend or anywhere near her, but she's a fun character in this world. Oh god. That scared me. Took took Pete's coffee. I think that's the guy's name. She called him Petey. I was gonna say, they dug that big of a hole that fast. That's why she shot? Hmm. Damn. She wants a test for drugs? They never did it before. Hers? Oh, she got... Okay. Damn. Huh. Her dad was murdered. Was it still there, or did someone take it down? She didn't mention it. Uh, did Angela take it? Did she take the outfit? Damn. God, Blake is good, man. She knows everything. Yep. Angela took it. Mmm. What a great reaction to that. Ugh. Cool. Nothing's cooler than, like, a character confident to do what Blake just did, but is a character to not, like, really be shook by what Blake just did and just react like that and not, like, freak out or overreact or, I don't want to know what this is. Who did she go visit? Is that Pete with his mask on? Oh shit. Oh shit. Jesus. Hmm. The story about going to hell and her suitcase was 666 to unlock it. At least he was hung based on that object she had in her room. Damn, 30 years. So it takes some time to get there. John. Dr. Manhattan's real name. That was the name in the play, too, right? Something to happen here? This is definitely very quiet and ominous. Oh, shit! Is that Will? Well, I mean, Will's not in it, of course, but... That's some kind of message. Mars? Was that Dr. Manhattan doing something? Huh. I thought it was the car that Will picked up with the magnet. But maybe it was Dr. Manhattan? The car symbolizing the brick, maybe, in her story? Damn! I was into that episode, man. I gotta say, I loved the first 2 episodes, but they were weird to me. I'm really starting to understand what's going on a little more, and I really enjoyed Blake's character, and I didn't even realize where the time went. I gotta say, it's not often when I can sit here and watch a 55-minute show. I mean, don't get me wrong, 55 minutes isn't that long, but when I'm, like, recording and everything and talking and taking notes and trying to pay attention and everything, like, sometimes the 55-minute shows when I normally, like, I do a lot of anime on my channel, I'm sure you guys have seen. By the way, that's it for episode 3. I should probably stop it. But as you guys have probably seen if you've looked at my channel, I do a lot of anime on my channel, so I'm used to, like, the 24-minute format kind of thing. And so when I watch live action, I usually do, like, 1 live action show at a time, and I watch 1 episode a week compared to my, like, 5 or 6 anime I have going at a time. But it's always, like, stands out, the length and everything, and I usually will, like, glance over at how long I've been recording and be like, alright, I probably have, like, 30 minutes left in this episode, right? It's not that I don't like the live-action shows I'm watching, it's just, like, when I sit here in this position, sometimes I get a little bit uncomfortable, and I don't want to change my position because it just looks ugly. Like, if I were to lean back in my chair, I just look like that. You guys know that South Park episode about, like, World of Warcraft players and that one, like, nerdy guy sitting back playing? Like, that's, like, when I lean back, this is what I look like, right? Like, I just feel like I don't know. Plus, like, because I have, like, a table in front of me to rest my arms on, so that way I'm not resting my arms on my lap. And I can put my phone on it, which is what I take my notes on and everything with my stylus. So with this whole setup, my headphone cord doesn't reach super well, like, so when I was leaning back like that, it like barely reaches, and it's just not comfortable doing it that way. But basically my point is things start to get a little uncomfortable, and then in the summer it starts getting hot too. Like, it's starting to get warm in here with, like, my lights on that help me keep, like, so you guys can see through the camera and everything. But anyway, sorry for the rant. Basically, sometimes long episodes get me, or when I watch movies too, especially by the end, I'm, like, so sore and stuff. I'm like, oh man. But this one went by so damn fast, is my point. Like, I don't think I looked over really at the time a single time. And, like, I think towards the end there, when she was laughing and, like, the camera was fading away, I started getting the feeling of, like, wait, is it actually ending? And then I glanced over the time, and then it ended, and I was like, holy shit. Man, what a good episode. Like I said, I wouldn't want to be Blake's friend. I don't necessarily like her because I do kind of like the idea of vigilantism, right? In some regards, I do like it. Like that guy in the beginning, Mr. Dark, Mr. Shadow, he was just trying to stop a bank robbery, right? But he got set up by the FBI. Like, I don't know. It's like, at least the vigilantes that are doing good and not hurting people in the process, it is a fine line because you can make the argument that vigilantes put more people in danger, like, if they were really bank robbers. And if the vigilante had messed up and all those people just started opening fire, a lot of innocent people could have died in, like, just, like, collateral damage, right? So it's one of those things in, like, who's supposed to take responsibility for those deaths, right? Like, I mean, sure, it can just be the shooters themselves, but also the vigilante who caused that to like, if you would have just given them money and they would have left, maybe those people would have lived, and it's like, well, what's more valuable, the money or the people? And you get into, like, debates like that, so I can understand a dislike for vigilantes for aspects like that, but ones that really know what they're doing and they do good a lot, I don't know. It's definitely a fine line, but yeah, like, other than her hard-ass stance against that, I love her just hard-ass attitude where she just, like, she doesn't care what other people think about what she says and everything, and I respect that. It's like she just comes in and says, like, you know, like she's interrogating Wade, not really interrogating him, but asking him questions, and he has his mask on, and she just starts using it as a mirror. Like, she just met this guy. Like, we know Judd did, but Judd had, like, a relationship with him, right? And Judd used it as a mirror, but, like, I just love how she doesn't care. Like, he probably doesn't get that very often. There's probably not many people that have, like, that level of confidence and don't give a fuckery, right? And just the way she, like, casually calls people out. She's, like, having that conversation with Angela and just casually drops, like, right, Sister Knight? You know, like, just casually being like, yeah, I know. And the fact that she learned so much, like, she was here, she just got here in this episode, and she already was able to, I mean, we saw her go and speak with Judd's wife, right? And so, like, all the pieces were there. But yeah, she spoke to Judd's wife. She learned about the secret compartment. She learned that Angela was the only one there. She even learned that Angela fainted to be in that room. Like why was she in that room alone and everything? And, like, oh, man. There were some other things that she knew, like all the reports and everything when she was talking to Wade, where she knew all of that stuff. She knew Wade's identity. And, oh, my God, it was great. But some of the things we did learn was the fact that Senator Keene seemed to be... I don't know if Senator Keene was the one... I can't remember if he's the one that said he did it, but the DOPA or whatever, the wearing masks thing, I think is only in Tulsa right now, but other states are wanting to take up on it too because it does work on protecting the lives of the police and everything. He's trying to push to make that work, but he sent Blake down here because the situation with the 7th Cavalry is getting, like, out of hand and it's going to ruin his chances. But I get these vibes. I said it during the reaction, but I want to talk about it again. I get these vibes that Keene could have set up this bombing to make himself look good, right? Like, why didn't it just go boom the second his heart stopped, right? Now, he was shot in the head. You could argue it takes a few seconds for his heart to stop, right? After you get shot in the head. I don't know how long it takes, but there could be some time there. But my problem is it started beeping. That to me means, oh, I'm gonna explode because I don't get the heartbeat that I'm supposed to have. And then it beeps a bunch of times. She drags it all the way in, and then it explodes. Like, I get for the sake of the story, they don't want to be killing people. Like, they don't want to blow up Angela and all, like, these main characters they're introducing and everything. But, like, it is either just a very poorly designed bomb, in my opinion. Granted, they're 7th Cavalry. They're a bunch of redneck racist fucks making a bomb. I don't expect it to be some high-tech device, right? But why, if you're going to have a device that can explode when your heartbeat stops, right? If you're sophisticated enough to have something like that, why not have it do it immediately? Why do you give people time to run, right? Like, with the amount of time of what Angela did, I almost feel like everyone could have just ran from the body and it would have been fine, right? On another note, freaking Blake just shooting and then being after the fact... See, I don't know if she just didn't care, and that was her excuse, but she's like, oh, they never actually have it tied to their heart. They just say that, you know? And this guy actually did. It's hilarious because, in a way, it's a little bit meta, where it's like, in TV shows, that does happen a lot, where a character says, like, oh, I wired this to my heart, but it's not actually. And maybe a character does end up figuring it out because they, like, know about bombs or something, and yada, yada, yada. But... here, she just took a chance, and she was wrong, and it blew up, so... but yeah, I wonder if she just really thought he was bluffing, or if she just really didn't give a shit. I don't know. But, goddamn. But back to my point, Keene was held hostage by that guy, and then managed to get away from it, and now he has this really good publicity. He's all about trying to become president. I would not be surprised if he set this up. Either either that guy was a fake 7th Cavalry, or he somehow got the 7th Cavalry to work with him, or he leaked the information to them. No, because I feel like the bomb thing with the heart beeping thing is so weird to me that I feel like that was his plan, right? Make sure it's a delayed explosion. I'm gonna take Blake. She's gonna kill this guy because she doesn't hesitate. I know her and all that. Like, I feel like that was part of his plan. Now, I could be completely wrong. Maybe it was just a random act that just propelled his career. But in TV shows, I don't believe in those coincidences. But anyway, I wanted to look up a couple things. I want to look up real fast, so bear with me here, guys. I wanted to look up Hung versus Hanged, because she corrected him. Is Hung past and past participle of hang? Hanged. Wait, hold on. So there is a hung and then there's a hanged as well. Past tense of hang is hanged. Wait, so what's the definition of hung? Past... So hung is like a jury unable to... But like the verb, that's just adjective. The verb is what I read. Past and past participle of hang. So do both work? I'm confused. Hanged or hung? The standard rule for the past tense of hang is this. In almost all situations, you should use the word hung. I hung a picture of Noah Webster on the wall. I used hanged when referred to a person being suspended by a rope around the neck until dead. Oh, okay, so she's right. But why? Most usage guides reserve hanged for people subjected to death, which means if an inanimate object is suspended from a gallows, the correct term is hung. Interesting. A stripped down version of why we have these two different words. I don't care about the two different words, but... So hanged and hung were used interchangeably for hundreds of years, although over time, one from the irregular verb hung eventually became the more common one. Hanged retained its position when used to refer to death by hanging, possibly due to being favored by judges who were passing a sentence. However, both forms are commonly found, and both are commonly found used in either sense. Interesting. Okay. So she's right. She's kind of right to correct it. It seems like it is supposed to be hanged when in reference to someone being hanged. I almost said hung. But yeah, the other thing was I wanted to try to find the Rorschach. Here we are. I actually got here way faster than I thought I was. Here we go. Hold on. I want to go back. I'm at 1146. I want to go back a few seconds. I want to make sure that's the first page. So Rorschach Journal. Wow, it even has like the whole mask, like what they're themed of on the journal. There we go. October 13th, 1985. First visit of the evening, fruitless. Nobody knew anything. Feel slightly depressed. This city is dying of rabies. Is the best I can do to wipe random flecks of foam from its lips. This is really, like, weird. Never despair, never surrender. I leave the human cockroaches to discuss their heroin and child pornography. I have business elsewhere with a better class of person. Jeez. Okay. I can kind of understand why the 7th Cavalry is wearing Rorschach masks a little bit. October 13th, 1985, so same date, at 8:30 p.m., so this is a little later. Meeting with Veidt. Okay. Left bad taste in mouth. He is pampered and decadent, betraying even his own shadow liberal affections. Possibly homosexual. What an interesting thing to say at the end. I think that's all we get, right? I think that's the only page we get, right? Alright. So, we know there's a connection between Veidt and Dr. Manhattan because of the play. We know that there's a connection between Dr. Manhattan and Blake because of their relationship. And then we have the idea that it's been 30 years since Dr. Manhattan's gone to Mars. That would be... What year was it in the beginning? 2019. So 19 years would bring us to 2000. That would be another 11 years would be 30 years, which would put us at 89, right? So Rorschach Journal and stuff had entries from 85 talking about Veidt, and then something happened, yada yada, we don't know all that, and then Dr. Manhattan was about and went to Mars in 89. Okay. They also talked about his powers a little bit in this episode, which was pretty crazy. Like, he seems like he's immortal. Like, the level of, like, I'm really curious about Dr. Manhattan. Like, I know the show, I don't think the show is really going to be going too much into him. Like, I don't know that we're ever going to get, like, the full origins of Dr. Manhattan, what his power base is, like, a story about him. But it's kind of crazy the fact that, like, in the story that she told about, like, communicating to God these different heroes and stuff, I don't know if what she said reflects what Dr. Manhattan actually did, but talked about walking across the sun. Like, is he strong enough to actually just walk across the sun? I mean, he's strong enough to live on Mars without... I assume he doesn't have any kind of, like, safety stuff, right? It's not like he's, like, walking around out there in a spacesuit or something. I imagine he's just... his body is just built different and he's able to survive. So, I don't know. It's, but they talked about, like, seeing the future and, just all these different teleporting and stuff like that. Just all these different crazy powers. So, it's mind-blowing that if Veidt was able to make him, I wonder if it was just a freak accident. Because why hasn't he done it to anyone else? Or, you know, maybe it just hasn't worked. I don't know. But maybe for some reason John was special and, like, that's what allowed him to become Dr. Manhattan. I'm also still running under the theory that Veidt made Dr. Manhattan based off that play, right? I could be super wrong in that regard, so but yeah, that's pretty crazy that someone that powerful exists. And luckily he doesn't seem like he's the kind of person that just... I mean, they said he won the Vietnam War, right? So I guess he played, like, a big part in, like, he did stuff. And then we also had Keen hinting at pardoning anybody, And then we had Blake thinking about that, and then we had the shot of Blake and Dr. Manhattan on the poster in the background. I imagine Keene was talking about pardoning. I'm guessing there's something going on where Dr. Manhattan maybe is on Mars because he is like a wanted man on Earth or something. Maybe the only reason he isn't arrested or something like that is because of the what's it called? Is because of, damn it, what am I trying to say? They can't get to him, right? He's on Mars. How are you supposed to get to him? So maybe he just left because he just doesn't care about people anymore. Like, it sounds like he maybe did a lot of good. Maybe, like, the anti-vigilante task force started because of Dr. Manhattan. And that would be very poetic that if she used to date Dr. Manhattan, that she would, and then she is on the anti-vigilante task force when he was a vigilante, right? We also had that interesting transition where Blake's face was then faded to the next scene, and it had like the domino mask on and everything. It's like, I wonder if they're hinting at maybe she's so against vigilantes because she used to be one with maybe Dr. Manhattan. Maybe they were like a duo or something. I also really wonder if, did she just know John before? Like, did they date before he was Dr. Manhattan and then he just kind of took off as soon as he gained his powers? Or were they together for a time after he had his powers? I don't know. A lot of interesting stuff, but yeah. All right. And then we have the whole like game warden, his adversary, he's in captivity. It seems like it's another vigilante sort of thing, but maybe took him, like they came to some kind of deal in game wardens allowing him to stay like in that general vicinity, even though he's faking his death and everything as just some kind of like agreed upon thing. Crazy. But man, what a good episode. It really was. Absolutely. I wasn't sure how I felt when we first met Blake, and it started spending a lot of the episode on Blake, and I was like, I want to learn the other stuff. I want to learn what's going on with Will and everything. But by like a quarter or halfway through the episode of having Blake, I just really started to like her, and it just like sucked me in. I was so in. So, can I find it real fast? It was when they were at the door of the apartment, which is right about here. The Revenger, not the Reclaimer. That Revenger sounds more right. Where did I write that down? Let's fix that real fast. Sorry, I just wanted to. I guess it's just Revenger, right? There was no the in between. She corrected. But so I have Mr. Shadow and Revenger. Trying to get some of these names down and remember some of this stuff just in case it matters eventually. But yeah, fantastic episode, guys. I can't wait to watch more of the show. I'm sad there's only one season. Like, there's, 9 episodes? So we only have 6 more after this one. Like, there's so much more I want. But hopefully we do get enough of a finality of a story. I hope it's not something where the show just got canceled or something. But I think I've heard people say, like, Watchmen is good because it only needed 1 season to tell its story. So hopefully we do get, like, a finality to the story for the most part. But I hope that is the show that I heard that about. But anyway, thank you guys so much. That's going to be it for me. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Links in the description below should be popping up on the screen. This was a Patreon show, so if you're watching this on YouTube right now, it means I watched the rest of this show on my Patreon first, so you can catch the other 6 episodes right now on there if you wanted to, through the Patreon show tier. And there is a show replacing this one as well when I'm done, so that means you'll have access to whatever else has replaced this since then. So check that out if you want to see more content from me. As I said, links in the description popping up on the screen, and I'll see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.